Hmm. Hello, guys. I want to deliberate on concerning this Andrew Santos to Chelsea. It's quite somehow because since starting of this whole issue, we know that since Toboli and his group took over Chelsea, they have been making those young talents signing for the past some years. And now, why it's so surprising to me, these players have been in Chelsea now. This is the time for them to show their maturity and their experience, that they are experienced enough to be in Chelsea to play the game under the new manager. But for them to set these kind of players, and if you look at the signing they have been making since how many weeks now, it's still young talent. The one that's supposed to brush them up, that this young talent that is coming, to enable them to fit them into the team with the old players that is there. They are now selling the old players and bringing young players again, like what they have been doing. I don't know what is wrong with Chelsea. I don't know what is wrong with them because the old issue for me, I don't get it because this is the same mistake they have been making since how many years. They are still trying to do the same mistake because remember when Tobule and his group they took over. They said a lie, and we know that Rudiger was out of contract, unable to sign him because of the suspension that they have on that period. They can't sign him because Chelsea was placed on ban not to sign players for about 2 years, which you can still renew some players' contract and all of that. Rudiger left, which they now started selling the light of Koulibaly, Mendy, they let Silva go, Thiago Silva, most of their experienced player to leave. And they now started signing young talent. Enzo Fernandez, Palmer, Copama, Chalaba came. Chalaba is an academy player, which he was playing for Crystal Palace. He was playing for Chelsea. They now loan him out to Crystal Palace. After the loan the line, they now called him back. They now buy Kuwe, bring in Cucurella, bring in different type of players. All of them is a young player. The why is so surprising to me now that these players have taken criticism. They have been cursed. They have been done rubbish. It's not good. It's not good. And most of these players, mind you, most of these players have just been maturing year by year. But now, this same player is being sold for a profit to make money. Me, I don't really understand the project of Chelsea now because it's only the player that we are still hearing that even Enzo, probably after this World Cup, Enzo Fernandez might still leave. We don't know. Kopama is only Kopama that is there. Player like Lavia, I can't count Lavia as a player because he's an injury pro. 2 match in, 3 match off. 1 month off, 2 match in. That is not a player that you can count on. I don't know how Chelsea we can use because he's not playing in a season. He's not playing up to 15 match or even he can't play up to 15 match. Now, this the Andrew Santos are supposed to be there to support Enzo and all of that. They just sold him to Manchester United. Now they will still buy young talent, give him a big contract of 10 years contract or 7 years contract because that is what they do. Give them big contract to tie them down. Those are, I don't really get it. For them now to buy experienced player to the one that they have, they are still selling the one that they have that is getting more experience now. They are selling them and bringing more young player. I told you Chelsea is like former those days of Arsenal. Like the way Arsenal behave as 2007, 2008, 2010, 2011. They will bring the young players. It's time for them to help the team. They will sell them. They will leave. The player will say, I'm leaving. If a big club comes, they will leave. Or they will just sell them to bring money to the club. That is what Chelsea are doing now. Because there's nothing different. Because they just sold Cucurella not some days ago, a week ago. And Cucurella is one of their best player. If me, I can have Cucurella in Arsenal, I will like it. They just sold him. Now, Santos to Manchester United. Who is next now? Probably they will still say Enzo Fernandez. We don't know. Chalaba is leaving too because we know that Como have already placed a bid. The problem that is there now, Como said, if maybe Inter Milan is out of the race, then they can proceed with their negotiation because they don't want to go into beating war with Inter Milan because Como is interested. Chalaba will still leave. Chalaba is still leaving. That is one of their experienced defender last season because Wesley Fafana, that one you will not count that one as a defender. He's an injury prone and he's full of mistake. You understand? Yeah. Me, I don't see this whole scenario and Chelsea problem. I believe I wish them good luck this season with Alonso. Thank you, guys. That is my own opinion, my reaction on all these things that they are saying, selling. I don't know what is left for them.